I just want to come and clock the T, where she clearly needs to be clocked. I find it so interesting that so many of the girls are feeling some type of way because I called the Egyptians African booty scratchers. There's two things that I want to address as it pertains to that. The first thing being, do you think I said African booty scratchers for my health? Because there was a fucking reason behind it. And I know that I am goofy. I know that I am animated. But girl, not for nothing, I didn't just say that for my fucking health, Miss Bitch. When I referred to the Egyptians as African booty scratchers, Miss Thing, my point in doing that, excuse me, was to simply point out that if Egyptians feel the need to separate themselves and make it seem like they are completely separate from the rest of the African continent because they feel like they are exclusive, because they feel like the rest of the girls are dark-skinned, honey, their hair does not grow the same way as theirs do, honey, their beauty does not match theirs, and they feel like they are dirty and low grade, well, bitch, your description of me describes you, in the great words of James Baldwin. So, Miss Bitch, if these girls are apes and they're African booty scratchers, news motherfucking flash, bitch, you are African, and if they're African booty scratchers, girl, so the fuck are you. Miss Honey, if she's covered in fleas, so are you. Why? Because, Miss Girl, you sleep in the same fucking bed. And that bed is Africa. I really did not think it was going to be this huge controversy and that so many of the girls would be so fucking simple-minded and not understand that. But that was the whole fucking point. Understand that on some level, I am a descendant of Africa. So if I truly believe that Africans were African booty scratchers on some level or another, bitch, wouldn't that make me an African booty scratcher, Miss Bitch? Get the fuck out of your feelings and take it for what the fuck it is. No tea, no shade. I've said far worse than that. Oh, but now I'm calling an Egyptian an African booty scratcher, and suddenly now I've crossed the line. Oh, I can't even watch this because you used the term African booty scratcher. But it was okay when I said, oh, this black woman serving the girls bad business, looking like hog mogs and collard greens in the front and trying to give us beef sirloin in the back. Oh, that was real cute, right? That was hilarious. Oh my God, ha ha ha, kiki, LOL. I'm laughing my ass off. But this suddenly now, African booty scratcher? In the context in which I call them African booty scratchers was simply to say that, girl, you are more like your brothers and sisters than you are different. And if you are going to look down on them, girl, however you view them is how you ought to view yourself. Because you are, in fact, related. And that's all I was simply saying. And that's all I was fucking trying to say. But for all these girls that felt the need to go all what they thought was collegiate when it was so basic, I'm like, bitch, how you gonna be trying to school me when you don't even understand the lesson plan? Bitch, you don't even too much understand what you're talking about because you're clearly taking what I said out of context. So therefore, I'm not even hearing you right now because you're not even addressing what I'm talking about, which is these girls who think that they are so much above it all. And girls want to be so offended, but I'm thinking to myself, I'll tell my cousin, I said, are these hoes, what world are they living in? Bitch, click the TV on and cut to Cartoon Network after 8 o'clock and tell me what you see. Okay? Watch Family Guy and tell me how politically correct they are. Let me know if they're giving you if they're giving you the gentle approach that you so desire. Tell me how American Dad serves you. Honey, Miss Thing, tell me how South Park serves you. Squidbillies, the Boondocks. Miss Thing, I can go on and on. Turn to Comedy Central, see what they're serving. Miss Thing, watch The Hangover, see what they're serving. Me saying African booty scratcher, if you did not understand that or like the fact that I used the word, that's on you, but it does not mitigate the point that I was making. And I thought I made it very clear that there's beauty in all cultures, including the Egyptian culture. But what I'm not going to sit here and stand for is someone telling me I cannot use the term because I am black. Especially when I'm using it to be uplifting, like my Nubian brothers and sisters, my Nubian kings and queens. And so if you want to take offense to it, girl, you can take offense to it because that's not the way it was meant to be taken. In reference to me bringing up their controversies and the fact that they were enslaved and things of this nature, I was simply bringing that up to say, girl, there's no reason for you to be grand, girl, because you've been a slave just like the rest of us. No matter which way you cut the cake, girl, your nation is not clean and pristine. And you can take that how you wish to take it because the truth is the truth. Did I lie? Did I say something that I should not have said? Or did I say something that was not true? Like I'm saying, girl, you would be better off linking up with these hoes versus trying to distance yourself because it's not like you have it together. Miss Thing, it's not like Egypt is an island floating away from all their troubles. No, ma'am. It simply is not so. So that's the only point I was trying to say. However you view your brothers, how you ought to view yourself. If you look at them like they're apes and you think they are primates and that they are dirty, so are you. So are you. And for all the girls that felt the need to give me a National Geographic lessons on regions and so forth, bitch, I don't too much give a fuck what the region is. Miss Girl, I don't too much give a fuck if the region was on the fucking moon, sitting comfortably between two craters. What does that have to do with my point? My point is, girl, just because you are Egyptian, what does that mean? Bitch, anyone can be Egyptian. Charlize Theron is an African woman and she is white. Just because you are Egyptian means nothing besides the fact that you are Egyptian. That is a nationality. So you think you are so exclusive just because you are Egyptian, or just because you are Nubian, or just because you are Sudan or from Chad or something, girl? That is simply a nationality. That is not a race. News motherfucking flash here again. Can you read this ticker? I mean, girl, simply kill me. Oh, well, you are incorrect because Nubians refer to Egyptians and people from Sudanese and this, that, and the fourth. I'm like, well, girl, who gives a fuck? Who do you think was Egyptian before the Egyptians arrived on the scene? What do you think people called Egypt before the Egyptians came? It was just a fucking plot of land filled with dirt and plants and whatever the fuck else it was filled with. The Egyptians, humans created the term Egypt and Egyptian in America, in Europe, and all this other shit. Do you think we woke up and these trees, all these buildings were already there? No, those are things we created. If they can create a term and say that we are Nubian, why can't I say, oh, well, we are the new generation of Nubians in America? Why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Because all they did was create some shit on the spot. So why can't I create some shit on the spot? So now you're going to tell me that I have to be born here? Oh, no, this is like it's a science. Bitch, it's not a science. Oh, well, no. Nubians are only people from this region. As if I were to cut this bitch down the middle, her blood would be liquid gold. Bitch, if you get 3 Africans from completely different regions and cut them down the fucking middle, bitch, you show me which one bleeds purple, green, and yellow. Or do they all bleed the same? Anywho, that being said, I do love my supporters down, but girl, what I'm not going to sit up here and have anybody do to me is restrict me in the way that I talk. Bitch, at the end of the day, I deliver a message the way that I deliver a message. I will not on today or ever be apologizing for my personality. I try to mix humor into everything that I say because some of these topics are serious and I have a better time talking about them when I can have fun with it and put humor into it. But what I'm not going to sit up here is be walking on eggshells feeling like I have to, oh, well, whose feelings will be hurt by this and whose feelings will be hurt by that? I'm not going to do that. It just simply won't happen. So you have been warned. I love all people, regardless of where they are coming from, regardless of the region. I love you down. But I will not stand for you try to make it seem like somebody is beneath you just because of where they are born. I'm not here for that. So that being said, I love you. And I love all my supporters. And it is simply what it is.